WMCX 88.9 FM presents Comebacks of Big Bands. This week, Billy May and his orchestra. Good evening and a happy Wednesday evening to all you ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Freeman welcoming you direct from the Plangier Center here at Monmouth University to another episode of Comebacks of Big Bands. And tonight, we are showcasing Billy May and his orchestra here on 88.9 FM, a man who has worked with several popular names throughout his career. I'm on tonight in observance of the basketball game tomorrow night at Ocean First Bank Center, where Monmouth will be taking on Towson. Live coverage of the game begins right here on WMCX starting at 6:45. A big thank you to Nuestros Sonidos Latinos for having me on before the show tonight. Some of Billy's work has gone toward The Man with the Golden Arm, which we just had, Batman, Green Hornet, Frank Sinatra, and even voice actor Mel Blanc, featuring his many characters. As a matter of fact, the new Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, will finally be in theaters this month, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. And to start our show off tonight, we have a rarely heard collaboration with Mel Blanc singing as Tweety and Sylvester with a great swinging background. Won't you ever get together with me?
Sylvester is a big black cat who works hard all day long to try to catch this Tweety bird by singing him a song. But safe inside my gilded cage, I just sit and swing, joining with the putty cat when he tries to sing.
Oh, come on out.
But I'm tasting here.
Please come on out.
I've nothing to fear.
Oh, come on out.
Except when you're near.
Won't ever
No one ever
get together with you. I'm so alone.
That's just too bad.
I'm so alone.
You sound so
together with me. We could be together and in winter go down south.
I don't think I would see much, 'cause I'd be inside your mouth.
Oh, I'll be good.
Your great big eyes.
Yes, I'll be good.
Your great big wise.
Oh, I'll be good.
Hit on someone your size.
Won't you ever
No one ever
get together with me? Oh,
I'm
come
not
on
going out
out.
with a putty tat.
Say,
I'm
come
not
on
going
out.
out with a putty tat.
Please
You heard
come on
what I
out.
said, and that is that.
Won't you
No
ever
one ever
get
gets
together with me?
you.
I'm so
If it's up
alone.
to me, you'll stay that way.
Oh, I'm so
Put it that
alone.
way, you please go away.
I'm so
Keep crying,
alone.
begging, plead all day.
Won't you
No
ever
one ever
get together with me? We could be so happy if you'd have me for a friend.
You must think that I'm sappy, 'cause that sure would be my
Oh,
end.
succotash, I'll
I
be
think
so
you're just
good.
a hypocrite.
I'll
I know
be so
you're
good.
giving quite a bit.
I'll
So
be
let's
so
just
good.
end this widow skit.
Won't you ever
No one ever
get
gets
together with me?
you.
Won't you ever?
No one ever.
Won't you ever?
No one ever.
Won't you ever?
No one ever.
Won't you ever?
Never ever.
Will I ever
No one ever
get together with you?
Out of all the recordings that Mel Blanc and Billy May did together, this one is probably my favorite one, despite it being almost 75 years old. That background music sounds just right to possibly be a hit song of the 50s. My grandpa told me years ago about seeing one of the old Looney Tunes shorts in theaters back in 1950. Yes, he remembers the year. We're going to have a deep dive on several musicians that collaborated with Billy May as the show goes on tonight. Here's a perennial song he wrote for himself in 1980 for one of his albums, and he conducts the downbeat, You May Swing. So I've never heard this song before. The main things I know about this man is that he worked with other musicians. And when I was looking around for this show, as I mentioned before, I was doing a lot of digging for this show over the winter break. He did some tributes in 1970, and this next song pays tribute to Ella Fitzgerald. It's a great song for better weather and spring finally drawing closer. Walking and Swingin'. Thank goodness for that warm week last week, especially the 65-degree Sunday. Last weekend was very cold, and thank goodness I chose to study for my midterms instead of going out to Belmar. Make sure to turn those clocks forward, folks, and get some good rest too, because we will be losing an hour of sleep this weekend. As a night owl, I'm going to struggle with this because that means I'm going to be waking up at 11 a.m. rather than 10 a.m. And a little mishap on this song's name. It's called Walking and Swingin'. So, little mishap on my end. Well, last week on our show, we showcased Harry James and his orchestra chock full of music makers. And they had a lot of great dancing tunes, and Billy May and his band also did a little tribute to him, featuring Joe Graves on trumpet, arranging their own version of Autumn's Serenade. So I noticed during the song there was a bit of sound effect. Someone may have dropped a piece of paper or maybe even drank some water. It was near the end of this song, but this arrangement was still a great tribute to Harry James. My name is Michael Freeman for WMCX, reminding you that Comebacks of Big Bands is usually on here every Thursday night from 8 to 9 o'clock here on 88.9 FM. This week we are showcasing Billy May and his orchestra, and next Thursday, March 13th, to celebrate spring break, I am hosting a special tribute to Tom Kenny and the High Seas, a rocking 12-piece soul band fronted by the man who voices several of your favorite characters of the last 30 years, and that includes SpongeBob, Ice King, Squanchy from Rick and Morty, and more. They won't be in the studio, but the show will be exploring several of their live performances all across the country. They genuinely give out the presence of a big band orchestra sometimes. Now we're going to dive into some more interesting recordings by Billy May, and this first one comes from his 1966 album Today, and it's sung by the Fortunes I remember playing on this station last year. You've Got Your Troubles. This is a great selection from Billy May's 1966 album Today for those just joining us. I think you tuned in at a great time. I played a lot of interesting recordings and live performances throughout my time here at WMCX, and they just keep rolling in every single week after week, band after band. Well, folks, a brand new Mission Impossible film is set to release this Memorial Day weekend. Here's the band's arrangement of the theme song, recorded in 1972. So before tonight's show, you guys heard me talking about how I was very impressed by Lawrence Welk's arrangement of all those Star Wars songs. With Billy May's orchestra, I'm the most impressed with this arrangement right here. I did not see that coming out of Billy May and his band, or any band for that matter, would record this song. I personally am not a big fan of Mission Impossible, as in I don't watch it, and that's a preference. But wow, I was actually impressed with this cover. I mean, I've heard this song a couple times on TikTok. Now here's another motion picture theme the band recorded in 1972, and it's the theme from The Odd Couple. Both of these movie themes can be found on Billy May's 1972 album, As You Remember Them, Volume 2. It's a series of albums playing as many nostalgic and recent hits of the time as humanly possible. I'd say it's worth checking out. You may hear a familiar song or two. Now here's a Neil Diamond song the band recorded in 1969, and it's from the band's album Love is Blue, Cherry Cherry. If you're a new listener here on WMCX, I only know of one other band that I have showcased that covered the song or two by Neil Diamond, and that was Les Brown's 1976 recording of Song Sung Blue, which is soon becoming a musical drama film. We're now going to showcase some of the most well-known songs covered by Billy May, and these next two songs feature the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Sinatra. There isn't a doubt in my mind people can't get away with not knowing the man's name or his voice. And we're talking about authentic Sinatra, not covers. This is the real deal, folks. And these two songs were both recorded in 1959, Dancing in the Dark and Something's Gotta Give.
Dancing in the dark till the tune ends. We're dancing in the dark, and it soon ends. We're waltzing in the wonder of why we're here. Time hurries by, we're here, and we're gone, looking for the light of a new love to brighten up the night. I have you, love, and we can face the music together, dancing in the dark. What though love is old, what though song is old, through them we can be young. Hear this heart of mine, well, and all the time, dear one, tell me that we're one. Looking for the light of a new love to brighten up the night. I have you, love, and we can face the music together, dancing in the dark, dancing in the dark, dancing in the dark. When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me, you can bet just as sure as you live, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irrepressible smile such as yours warms an old implacable heart such as mine, don't say no, because I insist. Somewhere, somehow, someone's gotta be kissed. So on guard, who knows what the fates might have in store from their vast, mysterious sky. I'll try hard, ignoring those lips that I adore, but how long can anyone try? Fight, 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 fight it with all of our might. Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out just as sure as we live. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gonna give. fight, fight, fight it with all of your might. Chances are that some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out just as sure as we live. Some gotta give, some gotta give, some gotta give. Some gotta give, some gotta give. Oh, let's tear it up.
The legendary Frank Sinatra. Not one of his songs can ever be taken for granted. We have another Frank Sinatra song for you listeners, and this time Peggy Lee is going to be featured singing one of his biggest hits, Fly Me to the Moon.
Poets often use many words to say a simple thing. It takes thought and time and rhyme to make a poem sing. With music and words I've been playing. For you I have written a song, to be sure that you know what I'm saying. I'll translate as I go along. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
At some point after spring break, one of the bands I will be showcasing will feature Frank Sinatra a second time, so stay tuned. Or if you really want to hear more Sinatra on the radio, ABC Radio does their show about Sinatra every Sunday. Now let's go to TV Superhero Valley and visit the band's arrangements for the long-forgotten TV show Green Hornet, which introduced Bruce Lee for the first time. Here's the theme song from that show, and Activate the Scanner, recorded in 1966. Activate the scanner. I loved the outbursts of stereo sound and multitude of fast instrumental pacing. You've been listening to Billy May and his orchestra here on 88.9 FM. This is Michael Freeman reminding you that Comebacks of Big Bands usually comes to you every Thursday night from 8 to 9 o'clock here on WMCX. Now tell the neighbors, tell your friends, and spread the good word. Because next Thursday, March 13th, to celebrate spring break, I am hosting a special tribute to Tom Kenny and the High Seas. They are a high-energy, 12-piece rock and soul party band that gives out the presence of a big band, fronted by the man who voices all of your favorite characters of the last 30 years. Another reminder to all you listeners, they won't be in the studio, but the special will be showcasing several of their live performances of the last 5 to 10 years. And last summer, they performed right here in New Jersey, and I will get into that more next week. Now here's Billy May's contribution to the ABC TV Batman show of the 60s, and here is Batgirl's Theme, recorded in 1967.
Batgirl, 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 Batgirl. Where do you come from? Where do you go? What is your scene, baby? We just gotta know. Batgirl, 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 Batgirl. Are you a chick who fell in from outer space? Or are you real with a tender warm embrace? Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, Batgirl. Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, Batgirl. Batgirl, Batgirl. Are you a chick who fell in from outer space? Or are you real with a tender warm embrace? Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, Batgirl. Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, Batgirl. Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, Batgirl. Batgirl, Batgirl. Where do you come from? Where do you go? What is your scene, baby? We just gotta know. Batgirl, 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 Batgirl. Are you a chick who fell in from outer space? Or are you real with a tender warm embrace? Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, Batgirl. Yeah, whose baby are you?
After hearing about this song for the first time and knowing that it was one of Billy May's biggest recordings, or contributions actually, I knew I couldn't exclude it out of tonight's showcase. A lot of people know about Batgirl's Theme today. Now here's a big surprise collaboration from not one but two musicians from 1961. Mr. Bobby Darin and Johnny Mercer made a whole album together, and Billy May backs them up all the way. So here are the two most popular songs from that album, Two of a Kind and East from the Rockies.
Bobby, I was thinking, what about the other side?
What do you mean the other side? I was born over here.
No, man. I mean the song we started on the other side.
You think the world is ready for it, John?
Yeah?
Billy?
William?
Two of a kind, for your information, we're two of a kind.
Two of a kind. It's my observation, we're two of a kind.
Like peas in a pod,
And birds of a feather,
alone or together you'll find
that we are two of a kind. What's so wrong thinking life is a song and reaching for a star.
Now who's to say if we'll go the whole way? At least we got this far.
Sharing our lot, our victuals and viands, we're two of an ilk.
Say, what if we've got rare Chateaubriands or crackers and milk?
Making it plain,
Explaining it fully,
we're similarly inclined because we're two of a kind. Two of a kind. When he's out of rhythm, I'm singing off key.
I never heard you do that, John. Say never you mind, 'cause I'm sticking with him to sea above sea.
Easy for me, oh, need we explain? When he warbles sweetly, I'm flat and completely behind because we're two of a kind. I get kicks when I meet the cute chicks who hang around this lad.
And especially when they whisper to me, hey, honey, who's your dad?
Two of a sort,
Like two pomegranates from off the same tree.
I'm with you, sport. Whatever you plan, it's a goes double with me.
It's a goes double with you, huh?
Yeah.
I got a terrible thought.
Most frightfully upsetting, and yet we are getting resigned to being two of a kind. We're two of a kind.
We like working single
Or working in twos.
Keep us in mind. Give us a jingle and we got taps on our shoes.
We'll dance. We're both of us like the Tower of Pisa.
I'm a leaner like a Hisa inclined
Because we're two of a kind.
because we're
Two of a kind. I left my baby east of the Rockies, north of the Rio Grande, west of Mississippi, south of Dakota land. When you hit Texas, take Route 33, turn right at Dreamy Valley, left at Lover's Alley, stand beneath the apple tree. I'll make a little trip for my uncle, but I'll return, I know. And I'll remember just where I has to go. East of the Rockies, north of the Rio Grande, west of Mississippi, south of Dakota land. Just think of Texas, Route 33, the Dreamy Valley, Lover's Alley. Stop and see the apple tree. Find my baby waiting there for me.
I left my baby east of the Rockies, north of the Rio Grande, west of Missouri, south of Dakota land. When you hit upon Texas, take Route 33, turn right at Dreamy Valley, left at Lover's Alley, stand beneath the apple tree. My boat is shoving off and I'm sailing, but I'll return, I know. And I'll remember just where I have to go. East of the Rockies and north of the Rio Grande, Hey, west of the Mississippi, south of Dakota land, just think of Texas, Route 33. Dreamy Valley lovers, alley, stop and see the apple tree. I'll find my baby waiting. I ain't procrastinating. My baby's waiting there for me.
These two musicians were so prevalent in the early 60s, taking the number one spot after number one spot several times. Folks, we're just about to hit the 9 o'clock hour, so to close out our show tonight, we have a Les Brown tribute that the band did in 1970, and this was the first band I showcased for this show in January, and here is Twilight Time. WMCX, my name's Michael Freeman. Now, one last reminder to tell your friends, tell the neighbors, tell the family, and spread the good word. Because next week, Comebacks of Big Bands will return on March 13th at 8 o'clock p.m. here on 88.9 FM on its usual day, where I will be hosting a special spring break episode paying tribute to Tom Kenny and the High Seas. One last reminder for all of you, the band will not be in the studio, but the special will be exploring many of their live performances. Good night.